This comes from Secretary Kennedy. Some 40 to 70% of mothers who have children with autism believe that their child was injured by a vaccine. President Trump believes that we should be listening to these mothers instead of gaslighting and marginalizing them like prior administrations, which, yeah, they absolutely did.
We are continuing to investigate a multiplicity of potential causes with no areas of taboo. One area that we are closely examining, as the president mentioned, is vaccines. Some 40 to 70% of mothers who have children with autism believe that their child was injured by a vaccine. President Trump believes that we should be listening to these mothers instead of gaslighting and marginalizing them like prior administrations. Some of our friends like to say that we should believe all women. But some of these same people have been silencing and demonizing these mothers for 3 decades.
Right.
Because research on the potential link between autism and vaccines has been actively suppressed in the past. It will take time for an honest look at this topic by scientists.
You know, I never thought that I would, but I think I'm starting to get used to Secretary Kennedy's voice. It's not really bothering me as much as it did at first. I mean, obviously, it takes a little while to get used to. I think he has some neurological condition in his vocal cords. I don't know if it's like it's not related to Parkinson's, is it? I don't think it is. It's just like something that just affects his throat. I don't know, just a bad roll of the dice, I guess, and probably genetics or something like that. But yeah, I was reading up on that like a week or two ago. Anyway, also from Secretary Kennedy, today, the U.S. FDA will issue a physician's notice about the risks of acetaminophen during pregnancy and begin the process to initiate a safety label change.
Today, we are announcing 2 important findings from our autism work that are vital for parents to know as they make these decisions. First, HHS will act on acetaminophen. The FDA is responding to clinical and laboratory studies that suggest a potential association between acetaminophen use during pregnancy and adverse neurodevelopmental outcomes, including later diagnosis for ADHD and autism. Scientists have proposed biological mechanisms linking prenatal acetaminophen exposure to altered brain development. We have also evaluated the contrary studies that show no association. Today, the FDA will issue a physician's notice about the risk of acetaminophen during pregnancy and begin the process to initiate a safety label change. HHS will launch a nationwide public service campaign to inform.
So what do you think blue states are going to do? Do you think they're going to push back and demand that the pharmaceutical companies that manufacture acetaminophen don't put the label on there? Oh, because the big bad evil Trump administration, they're saying that Tylenol is bad for pregnancy. It could cause autism.
Families and protect public health.
Would not surprise anybody.
FDA also recognized that acetaminophen is often the only tool for fevers and pain in pregnancy, as other
what about
alternatives
ibuprofen? Is that a no-go?
Documented adverse effects. HHS wants, therefore, to encourage clinicians to exercise their best judgment in the use of acetaminophen for fevers and pain in pregnancy by prescribing the lowest effective dose for the shortest necessary duration and only when treatment is required.
Oh, dude, you know that there's been a lot of pregnant women, I'm sure, that were taking Tylenol on the daily. I mean, there's a lot of people, they take Tylenol PM just to help them sleep. They don't even need the acetaminophen at all. They just need something that they just get into the habit of taking Tylenol PM, and they just take it every day for freaking years in some cases. It's absolutely crazy. Like, people just pop it like it's nothing. But yeah, man, acetaminophen, it ain't good for your liver. Obviously, it's not good for pregnancy either. At least that's what they're determining. And this is from the president. Tylenol during pregnancy can be associated with a very increased risk of autism.
Tylenol during pregnancy can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. So taking Tylenol is not good. All right, I'll say it. It's not good. For this reason, they are strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy unless medically necessary.
Well, look,
Tylenol.
It's better to just try to avoid Tylenol at all costs just for the sake of your liver. Yeah, if you take one here or one there, it's probably not going to do much. The only pushback I can think of that they might end up getting from this is that Tylenol's been around for what, 100 years, or acetaminophen? It's been around for many decades. And what was it, like 30 years ago? Only 1 out of 10,000 children had autism just 30 years ago. And now it's like 1 in 37. So it's gone up extremely substantially. Absolutely crazy. However, with Tylenol being around for as long as it has, I'm just, I don't know. I'm not exactly sold, if I'm being honest. But I mean, look, they're the experts. I'm not an expert. I'm just some dude just sitting here on the internet. So, but anyway, this is from Jay Bhattacharya. I'm gonna butcher his name. He's the NIH director. I'm never gonna get his name right. Bhattacharya. Anywho, this initiative will bring together powerful data on genetics, biology, and the environment in new ways, helping scientists better understand autism and find ways to improve lives. Gold standard science is at the heart of this work, advancing one of the key goals to make America healthy again. And they link an article here. So NIH Autism Data Science Initiative awards projects announced. All right. Well, looking like $50 million. NIH launches $50 million Autism Data Science Initiative to unlock causes and improve outcomes. I know that they've been, at least what they've been telling us, the government's been telling us that they've been studying to see what the root cause of autism is. I know I've been hearing that for years. However, are they really though? Are they really? I just have a feeling that the big pharma, they know exactly what causes autism. They just don't want to lose billions of dollars. But who knows? The National Institutes of Health has launched the Autism Data Science Initiative, a landmark research effort that will harness large-scale data resources to explore contributors to the causes and rising prevalence of autism spectrum disorder. More than $50 million in awards will support 13 pioneering projects that draw on genomic, epigenomic, metabolomic, and proteomic, clinical, behavioral, and autism services data. These projects will integrate, aggregate, and analyze existing data resources, generate targeted new data, and validate findings through independent replication hubs. So obviously this thing, it goes on for quite a while, but I've got it linked in the description if you want to check it out. Starts with nih.gov if you want to read into that more.